think we can start today's webinar. Okay. First of all, as usual, I would like to say thank you to all participants today. Today, it will be a demo for the cloud solution. Like I said before, and I repeat many times, but I will do it again. So please go to this website, EnGenius.ai/cloud. You need to make a sign in. So you need to make a registration. Sorry, sign up here. Don't have an account. Okay, so basically, if you sign up an account, of course, you can follow me during this training, and I think it will be better because, of course, you can see exactly what I want to show you. So create a new cloud account. I would like to spend 2 minutes to tell you that EnGenius create and invest a lot of money to create this fantastic solution. And this opportunity is to be more familiar with our system. So we invest a lot of money, and our concept is create a cloud solution with completely scalability products, solution scalability. We do a lot of webinar to let you know how our solution works. Okay. And of course, it will be good because this webinar, it will be a great opportunity to start create a wireless solution with our products, with our cloud products. Okay, so please register an account, and now after the registration of the account, we have to make a login, of course. Okay, select the username and password. This is the website, and you will do login. Okay, I think since here it's clear. My audio, I think it's okay, right? Please confirm me into the chat box. I don't want to discuss alone because nobody hear me. Okay, so the first step that okay, thank you. So the first step that we need to keep in mind is to understand the structure of the cloud. So when we make a login into the cloud, we have this tab. So this 3 line up on the left. Okay, this 3 line means that you can see all of your project. Okay, Office Milan, whatever you want. Okay, here you will have the possibility to add an organization. So this is the project. Okay, for example, in this case, we can say test project or your customer project, maybe hotel XYT. So this is the hotel, okay? I will try to select the country. Of course, you select the country, your country, Italy, or maybe Netherlands as well, or maybe Germany. We have a lot of countries that you can select. This thing is really important, especially for the network that I will show you later, because it will be affect the transmission power for all of your access points. So make sure that you did not select, for example, United States of America or something like that, because you will have, of course, much power, but it will be not suitable for EU regulation. Okay, so select your country. For example, in this case, I select Italy, and I will make apply. So now we have a project. So the project is nothing. So with only the project, you can do completely nothing, because, for example, I will select the project, double tap here, and I will have, of course, 0 switch, 0 access point, and 0 client. Okay, because the second step is to create the network. Okay, so Second step, create the network. So you simply go to the project. You can see right now here there is add network. Okay. You press add network, and you need to rename your network. For example, the network is the container, the group of the access point, and all access point of that network, they will receive the SSID that you create, the regulation, the instruction that you create in that network. Okay, so for example, if we're talking about hotel, you can say indoor access point. Okay, select here also the correct country, because this, it will affect the transmission power of your access point. So make sure that you select your correct country. After that, you create the network, and now we are ready to add the products on the network. Okay. I of course already create another project, but this is only to tell you that you have to follow this kind of, to make sure that you understand better the cloud structure. Because if you do not add any network, you cannot do nothing. Okay, so network, it's really important. Okay, forget this hotel EX epsilon T, because we already create another network, Office Milan. We already create a test area network. Okay, no matter which name, whatever you want. So the fact is project and network. Okay, so right now we have this project with the 2 switch, 1 access point, and 5 clients. Okay, so what we have to do right now? So basically, the second step is to add the access point on this network. So you have 2 choices to add on the network the access point and the switch. The first one is to add the serial number manually. So I will show you with this. So you need to go here. There is a symbol of the building you can see right now. The symbol of the building, inventory license. Okay, follow me on into the web GUI so you can understand better. Okay, so inventory license. After you join here, you can add here the products that you would like to add on this network. So you have the possibility to register device here. If you press here, you need to add the serial number of the switch and also for the access point. If you have multiple serial number, you can do per line. Okay, per line you can add the serial number. Of course, the thing of the app is basically like this. If you have 30, 50, 100, 20, 10, 1000 access point, it will be really boring to add all serial number per line and manually with your keyboard. It's better if you can download the app from Android, Google Play Store, or App Store from Apple. Okay. A note about this: we will have a translation for the app, but this is another history, and it's a good opportunity to understand better our cloud it works. Okay, so with the app you can scan simply the barcode scanner, the QR code scanner, the QR code below the access point and switch. So you can add much faster the products in your environment. Okay. When you have the products, you will have here the products without any network. So the network here, this network thing, it will be empty, because this means that you need to assign the products to a certain network. So to doing this, you can simply do by the app automatically of what you want, and you will have the possibility to add into the network, okay? To doing that, it's really simple because you have to select the access point and assign to the network. Office IT or test area, okay? Of course, you can also reassign another products that already assigned before. So for example, this switch, it has been already assigned to this network test area, but in case you want to move, you can move to another network, okay? Office IT or test area. So in this case, you can assign to two different networks because on this project, Office Milan, we have Office IT network and we have also the second network test area, okay? For hotel, I will say indoor access point and outdoor access point. So this is most related to the topology of your installation, okay? After that, you will assign the access point and the switch to the certain network. Okay, so after that, you need to double tap to your project. And after that, you need to make a double tap to the network that you want. In this case, I would like to do something on the test area. So I make double tap here. And I will have the access point in this network. Okay. Waiting, yeah, sorry. Basically, now what is the second step that we have to do is, so we have, for example, here the one access point you can see right now, right? I think, and you will also see that we have on the manage menu the switch. So basically, this is the products list that you can have in your network, okay? So the menu for this is the television menu that you can find here, and you will have access point, and you will have switch, okay? So from the dashboard of this test area network, what you can see is how many switch you have, how many cloud access points you have, how many clients you have, and this menu, both three menu, this, and this, all are really, I would say, interactive, because if I press here on the switch, I press with my mouse, I make a click, I will immediately redirect to the switch part. If from the dashboard I press access point, I will immediately redirect to the access point part. So this means that our menu is really intelligent. So the cloud thing is visualize your network because you can visualize the information. For example, yeah, I can visualize that I do not have any switch offline, I do not have any access point offline, and I can immediately understand how many clients I have in my network. Okay, so this is really important because you can simply try to understand better how your cloud installation for all of your customer works. So this is really amazing functionality that we have, and we spend a lot of resources. I already told you at the beginning because this is really important to mention. Okay. Okay. So okay, right now we understand so far so good the structure and the interactive cloud web page. So I would like to tell you 20 seconds also about the possibility to set up the alert. So the alert is really important. You have here four menu. You have manage menu, configuration menu, event log, analyze menu, and this is the sky key menu. After that, below you have the permission menu and inventory organization menu. Okay, if you press here on the configuration menu, you will have the possibility to set up the alert settings. Okay, alert settings, it's really important because you can receive an email or maybe the alert by the app. For example, if the access point goes offline for certain minutes. This is useless functionality. I will tell you immediately, useless, but if you set up wrongly. So I will say, if you set up access point goes offline for 1 minute, I will think you will receive a lot of fake notification. But if you thinking different, like, okay, access point goes offline 30 or 60 minutes, when I receive a notification on my access point, on my app, or maybe the customer receive the notification by the app, for sure we have a problem. 60-minute access point, it's offline. Maybe some electrical issue, or maybe it's broken. So we have a really professional notification. And also you will have a professional alert for the configuration change in the network. Okay, the same you will have also for the switch. Okay, switch goes offline for 1 minute. I think it's not a good idea. It's not a big deal, but for 30 or 60 minutes, you will try to avoid a lot of fake notification for your cloud account. Okay. Another functionality that I would like to tell you, it's more related to the structure, and after that, so far we already tried to finish the first part, is the permission. So what is the permission? It's really simple and very good. So the permission, you will have a lot of projects. You have 100, 200 projects for your customer. Your customer for hotel XYT, for this project, asks to you, hey Alberto, hey Tony, could you please give me the permission because I would like to access on my project as admin, or maybe as a viewer, or maybe as a front desk. I will try to explain you the difference, okay? So basically you have to go here, down, you see the building icon below on the left, the menu that we can say organization here, okay? You will go to the, no, sorry, not here, I'm wrong. There is a menu here with the two people. This is an icon with two people. You can press here, okay? And you will have this team members. So what you can do is, so first you have to select your project. In this case, Hotel XYT asks to you the permission. So press Hotel XYT and you can invite for the permission here, okay? So you understand this menu, right? With the two people icon on the left below here. For example, one customer, the mail is, or maybe you can send me your email. Someone of you can send me the email. I will try to send the invitation for this project, please. The email need to be already registered on a cloud account, or maybe after that invitation, you have to tell to your customer, please register that email that you had here. You need to have a registration here. Okay, because otherwise he cannot make a login. This is a really important part. Please send me your email maybe, and I will try to invite you, okay? But for example, you can say mail of your customer, Tony. Tony the best. Thank you, Tony, for your attention. Okay, so here I have the mail from Tony. Oh no, this is my serial. Sorry. Let me copy this email from Tony. This is an email from our customer. So Tony want to have the permission from this for these products, for this installation. Okay. Okay, Tony, no worry. I will tell you that you can access on all of my project because I shared you my credential. No, this is not a big deal because also Tony can see all of my project. But what I want is to see only him's project. Okay, Hotel XYT. I will tell him you will be the admin for this project and also for the network, of course. I will send apply. And now Tony, when he creates an account with that email on the cloud, he will see also this project, Hotel XYT, as an admin because I invite admin. Of course, I can invite him as a viewer simply. Viewer can check whatever he wants, but any modification, it will be not success. So done, it's out, okay? I think this is a good idea. Okay, so Tony can check my installation right now. And we already discussed about permission. I think since here, I think it's clear. Do you have any question, guys? Or if no question, I will try to do firmware update and scalability, blah, blah, blah. And after that, I will try to create with you an SSID. Very interesting part. And after that, we're discussing about 10 minutes about debug, timeline, topology view, and also log file. Okay, so any question? No? Last chance to send me a question. Okay, in case that you write me a question, I will reply to you in the end, at the end of the webinar. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, Hotel XYT, it's a test. So go back to my Office Milan project, test area. I double tap here, and here we are. Okay. So when you connect the access point and switch, probably you will have to do some major update. So it's the case to do an update very simple. So go on the configuration tab here on the left, firmware upgrade, and you can set up simply when the access point going to make an update for access point and for the switch. So please set a different time zone for this. For example, no, Ale, this factory cannot do update. Only Sunday we have a time slot between 2 a.m. night to 4 a.m. night. Okay, so Sunday 2 a.m. Okay, so I will install stable as a firmware release, stable, Sunday. Sunday is here. It told me 2 to 4 p.m. So 2 maybe is not a big deal. Maybe I'm going to try to do something like maybe 3 o'clock or maybe 2. It's okay. Maybe 2 to 3 for the access point. Okay, and I make apply. And done. For the switch, 3 to 4. Okay, so I use a different time schedule for both. I make it wrong because here I keep beta. No, I would like to make stable. I make apply. And all access point and switch, they will make an update on that certain time that you select on this time schedule. Okay, really important. Okay, first for this, and for example, if you have any bug, blah, no worry, you can simply try to do to the beta or previous table with a one click. It's a completely scalable solution, so you will not have any issue. You will also have here below on the right the chat box that you can say send a message. You can say, hello, I have a problem, can you help me? So, and someone of me or Alcindo, my colleague, can help you. So not worry about this. So we have a completely scalable solution. Okay, so for this first part, I think we already finished, done. Now this is the very interesting part, because we go to the possibility to create a SSID. So basically we have this test area. Of course, we have this menu, but now we're going to the configuration menu. Okay, we go to the SSID. So this is the most important menu that I would like to tell you today. Okay, we can try to create an SSID, try to understand some feature inside of the SSID, and we can try to tell you some advantage of our cloud solution. Because it's very simple to tell you that you can create what you want, okay? So, first, now the question is, okay, I have only one access point here in this project, test area, no matter Office IT. Because for the Office IT, I will have another access point that will not bring the configuration created into the test area. So test area, it's a group of the configuration. Here we have only one access point. I create an SSID, and this access point will broadcast this SSID. If I have here 20 access points, all 20 broadcast all the SSID that I create on the SSID configuration menu. Okay, so here SSID, what I need to do is, it's very simple, add SSID. So it's really, really simple. Okay, this is the name of the SSID. We take in consideration this, it is an office. Okay, or maybe do you prefer hotel? Maybe hotel, okay. Or maybe school. Yeah, maybe school, why not? So we can create a Wi-Fi for the students. Okay. Okay. I would like to enable this SSID. No, because for now it's under testing. So I can create, you have to select the password, sorry. Here, for example, wireless password. Okay. You can create immediately an SSID, but this, it will be not broadcast because I disable it. I make it hidden, okay? Hidden SSID. So I make hide SSID. So, no, sorry, I did not make hide. I disabled this SSID. Okay, students, I need to turn on the SSID, okay? Which kind of password do you want to use? WPA2PSK for the students. For the student, I think yes, could be okay, because this is a wireless that need to be not for school purpose, but it will be for extra something like that the students want to do. So I think password could be okay, maybe, but we have to select the traffic shaping later. Okay, the bandwidth limit. Okay, this password is very difficult. Wireless password, yes. Okay, go back. We have 802.11r protocol. By default is disabled. I will tell you later what it is. 802.11v, sorry. We have client IP mode. We have default VLAN. We have dynamic pool, but this is not the case that we want to discuss today because it will be very, very boring for you. Enable application analysis. We have turned it on by default. I will tell you what it is. And advanced settings here. Advanced setting, we have auto isolation, we have band steering, and we have VCMC suppression. Okay, so what is to measure a functionality that I would like to add on these students? Students maybe guest, okay? Students guest Wi-Fi. So basically, okay, it will be with a password. Okay, it could be okay. The second thing that I would like to do is to decide if it's the case to turn on the roaming or not. So the roaming try to make a simple handover between one access point to another access point. For example, if I have a client and I'm discussing with Skype and I'm making a call with Tony on Skype and I want to move between one access point to another one. So this is handover things, okay? When I'm making handover with the 11R protocol, it will be much faster. So, but for the guest, I don't really think this is the case to turn it on, okay? 802.11w you can keep off. I don't want to keep you boring about this functionality, but in general, it is to increase the security of the network, okay? But I think for this, I think you can avoid this functionality. Client IP mode, you have NAT mode or bridge mode. What is the difference between these two kind of functionality? So bridge mode, the access point, it will be a really access point. So it will be respect the subnet of you have in your network. You have a firewall 192.168.1.0/24. It will respect this IP class, okay? With the NAT mode is different. Access point with the NAT mode, the access point do a DHCP server itself on a certain subnet and a certain class IP that you cannot choose, but there's no sense to choose. And with the NAT mode, you can also access on the server in your network. So the NAT mode purpose is not to isolate your clients. It's to let the client can accessible to the Wi-Fi. Example, you do not have the DHCP server. This is really amazing functionality. For example, in a school you do not have the DHCP, you want to create a guest network, so then the mother or the father goes to the school to discuss about the teacher, and they ask the teacher, please could you give me the guest network? Yes, but you have to select the static IP because here we didn't have the DHCP server, sorry, blah, blah, blah. So this wireless, it will fold, okay? So with the NAT, you can immediately create a DHCP server from your access point. Bridge mode, I already told you. Enable application analysis. This tries to analyze the traffic passed through the access point, but this is nothing related to the proxy SSL or something like that. This collected the DNS record sent to external server, analyze the DNS record, and tell you what the customer, what the students try to surf. Maybe 1 terabyte, 10 gigabyte YouTube, 1 gigabyte Spotify, 1 gigabit Facebook, etc. So which kind of traffic pass into the network? And then on the advanced settings, you will have the possibility to set up different kind of functionality. L2 isolation, talking about this. Okay, so if I would like to turn it on, this functionality, so with a bridge mode, what happened is really simple. So the access point respect your class, your subnet class in your network. For example, like I said before, you will have a firewall, you will have a network 192.168.0.0/24 or 192.168.1.0/24. And you have in that network, for example, firewall, you will have VYPBX, you will have NAS, you will have server, you will have whatever you want, and you tell, no, we don't want to create a student's guest because they will access on my PBX, they will access on my NAS, and they will try to destroy my file. They will try to hack This is not the good, and this is not what we want. And Tony says to me, no, this is ridiculous. You cannot do like that. But without two isolation, it's simply because the clients, they will bring the same IP of your network, but they cannot access to your NAS, your server, they cannot, your PBX, etc. Without two isolation. With the NAT, you have to turn it on NAT, but you have to also add to isolation if you want to avoid this. Keep in mind this, because it's really important. Okay? L2 isolation we discussed. And this is simple for isolate the clients, to isolate the network. This is very useful for the guest network. For this, we turn it on in this SSID. Okay? L2 isolation, like I said. Band steering, we have band balance, sorry. Prefer 5 gigahertz and 4.5 gigahertz. Of course, in 4.5 gigahertz, you wouldn't be able to modify the RSSI threshold, okay? But we prefer you can. Basically working like this. It's very simple. Clients try to connect in a 5 gigahertz band. If the clients are far from the access point, they will try to make a connection on a 2.4 gigahertz, okay? But the band steering try to force the client on a 5 gigahertz because this is the rule that you select here. If you want to force on a 5 gigahertz, maybe you will have a disconnection, especially for the client so far from the access point. But also, you can try to disable band steering in case of you want. Okay, it depends on the topology that you install to your customer, what is the distance between one access point to another one, etc. But in general, this is really good functionality. Okay. The BCMC suppression is related to the default VLAN, dynamic client route pooling, and we will discuss in another webinar because this is really deep. But I think already done a very good job webinar about the VLAN, so you can simply check in our partner portal to see again, just in case you want to check more what the VLAN things are. Okay, so now we create this SSID. So student guest, we have a password, we have bridge mode, okay, we have L2 isolation, that's okay. No, we have to select a bandwidth limit. So per client or per SSID? So I will say per client. So every client, they will have, for example, 2 megabit in download, megabit, okay, and for example, 2 megabit in upload maximum. I think this is really good because otherwise they will crash your network, okay? You make apply and we're already finished. Apply settings successfully, so we have our SSID super that we can already make a connection on that. Okay? We want to create another SSID, not for the guest. It's really simple. Admin network, for example. We have a complex password again, whatever you want. This is the case to turn it on a fast roaming because this is for teacher, for admin in general. I think it's a big deal. Of course, we try to disable application analysis because I think for this admin, no need. L2 isolation, of course not, because otherwise I will not able to access on my NASA server, PBX, etc. to make a maintenance on the switch, etc. Band steering, it's your choice. For me, you can disable it and that's it. So apply, of course, bandwidth limit. It's not the case that we want to turn it on because, of course, this is admin SSID. Okay? Okay, so now, now you can see again. You can see there is two SSID. It's really simple, guys, to create the SSID network with the cloud. I will tell you again, so this is a fantastic solution. If you did not test yet, please do, because It's really scalable, it's really good, user-friendly, amazing, and personally I love it. But of course I work in EnGenius, but to be honest, this is really a really good solution. Try and tell me the result. Okay, so for this part, I have to tell you again for another product, another thing you can find into the configure tab, radio settings. This is amazing. I will show you now. So this, it will be effect for this network that we have, test area, not for all network. Okay, each network they have each configuration. Okay, so what I can do here is to optimize the traffic, the spectrum for my access point. I would like to have stability live like this, left like this. So this is for stability. But if it's the case that your customer tell you, Tony, the wireless is really slow. I have my modem router from my ISP provider, maybe T-Mobile, Ziggo, whatever you want, and I make a speed test on that their wireless, and I have 800 megabit per second. But with EnGenius, I do not have more than 200. Why? This solution is not good. Well, stability and speeds are not friendly. So if you want stability, live like this. If you want some speed more, you can do like this. 40 mega also for the 2.4 gigahertz. This is a suggestion that I can tell you. This is for me the best configuration that you can do. 40 40 40 40, and you can live like this. Apply, done, finish. Okay. But now you can see the mesh. Oh, there is also a mesh into the cloud. Yes, and I will tell you, this mesh is amazing. First, it's dynamic mesh, so you do not need to select a static channel on the mesh band that you want to select. Okay? I suggest you to turn it on the mesh on a 2.4 gigahertz, and the mesh, it will work only with the automatic power. Okay? So, yes, Aleba, please explain me a little bit how mesh it works. So maybe I can try to use in my environment test in my office, but you need to tell me something about this. So it's really simple to turn it on. I will tell you now. So basically working like this, turn it on the mesh on a 2.4 gigahertz, and also for the outbound band. Okay. You have all access points connected to your switch, to your environment, to your network by cable. Okay, all are by cable, not in mesh now. Are online, all access points are already online, and now you have to select apply. Now you need to wait I would say 1 minute that this configuration, it will be injected access point wired to your network. After that, press auto pairing and you need to wait 8 minutes. This is not real time, but well, this is most because we can make sure that your mesh, it will be good. But theoretically 1 minute, it's enough, okay? After that, what you need to do is simple, waiting 8 minutes. After that, disconnect your access point. If you want to move in a mesh, you need to connect, of course, not by the cable, because the mesh, they do not have cable, but they have a power supply like POA injector, electrical power supply. You turn it on the access point without any cable, and you will see online in a mesh. Finish. No need to do nothing more. Okay, it's really simple mesh, and it's really stable. Okay, no need to select. No need the major difference between our on-premises solution and the cloud solution is because on the on-premises solution you have to select a static channel on the mesh band that you select. In this case, 4 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz. But for the cloud, there's no need to do that. So it's completely, I will use this word, dynamic mesh, okay? And it's really amazing functionality that you can try to find into our cloud, okay? Any questions since now? All it's clear. Tony, have you checked the network? Okay, we can go to the next step. Okay, the next step is debug. So we're discussing about timeline, topology view, log file, and I will have a small part about the switch because these switch are really important. Okay. Question about the mesh from customer. Just to me, let's say I have an indoor AP, I have an indoor access point. In that case, I only need to configure the indoor section only or also outdoor. You need to only indoor, it's okay. If you have only indoor access point also here, the outdoor part, you can simply disable it. But by default, it's turned on, and to make you easier to understand, you can leave. You can also use the mesh on that band. Okay, because otherwise I need to tell you a lot of kind of configuration, so maybe you will be confused. But in general, no access point, no outdoor access point, you can disable it. Okay, you can simply use only indoor part. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay. Now it's time to timeline, topology view, log file, as I told you before. Okay, so a timeline, this is really amazing functionality. We have into the, we will have pro version, like I said you. Now I tell you a little bit about pro. Pro, you can see pro. This functionality, it will be pro. To turn it on the pro version, you need to go on this tab, below, the building symbol, inventory license, and you need to enable switch to pro. If you already have pro, switch to basic. But for now, it's free. You can test as free. But in the future, you need to pay for that. But keep in mind one point. What you buy now as free, it will be keep free. So this is really important message that I need to emphasize to you. So no worry, we will not ask you something that you have to pay if you already bought it as free. Okay, remember this word because it's really important. Okay, if this part is clear, we can talking about timeline. Timeline, it's really amazing functionality. Basically, you have to go to the first menu. You have dashboard, access points, switch, topology, and clients. So clients means that you can see all clients connect to your network. Okay. If you select, for example, one client, Galaxy Samsung S20 5G. This is my smartphone, okay? I can simply also add the favorite. I will also have a lot of configuration, but in general, what you can see right now, you can see the name, the MAC address, you can filter. Last 5 minutes connection, 1 month, you will see a lot of connection. You can also filter by MAC address. You can try to do a lot of information here. You can try to have, a lot of information. MAC address, association, access point, address IP, iOS. You can see right now there is also a symbol that you can simply understand if it is an Android devices or Apple, Linux, Windows also. This protocol, it is called client fingerprinting, okay? And you also see the vendor and the signal RSSI, the rate, average rate, of course, and the band on it has been connected. Okay, so those information are really important. One curiosity for you: why here I have other and no Samsung? The reason is because with the new Android operating system, when you make a connection to your wireless access, the clients, Samsung, Huawei, whatever you want, it will not use the own MAC address. They will use a random MAC address. This is called by Android security improvement. For me, I don't want to really say the terms because I will be rude, but this is not so good, and you have to modify manually in your smartphone. Okay, if no, cannot discover the vendor. Okay, and also sometimes cannot discover also the operating systems. Okay, many customers chat me and say, I have a bug, you have a bug. No, there's no bug. This is Android behavior that they had into the last update, and we could do nothing, sorry. Okay, but it's only to tell you that you can encounter this kind of issue as well. Okay, now talking about timeline again. So when I want to press on a Galaxy S20 5G clients, I will have a timeline here. And on the timeline, I will have a timeline of my connection. For example, taking an example about yesterday. Maybe it's better because yesterday it's the disaster. Okay, after it, disaster also. I know, because right now here, this is not my, it's not my network that I use at home. So I need to go here. But in general, from this tab, what you can see is what the clients moving around the access point. So for example, you can see the access point make a connection, and at that time to that SSID on that access point. So you can also imagine, you can also identify the area where it has connected to. Okay, and also what you can understand is it has been roamed from one access point to another one, or maybe it make a steering between 5 gigahertz to 2.5 gigahertz, from 5 gigahertz steering to the 2.4 gigahertz. You can understand the roaming, the handover between one access point to another one. So here it's an amazing functionality because you can debug whatever you want. I was trying to show you, for example, in the maybe Senao link. This is a Senao, but we have trial zone. So I tried to tell you if I have something that I can show you. For example, this iPhone, you see, connected to, this is WPA2 blah blah blah. Okay, so it goes to another access point, but the same SSID. So this symbol, it's really important, guys. This is amazing functionality. I love it. So this symbol, it's a roaming handover. Sorry, it is an handover symbol. On the manual online, you can see, because here we have a manual, user manual online. Okay, so you can check the legend. Okay, but not, by the way, so you can check a lot of information. So for example, amazing, here link to F meeting room blah 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 send guest. So it's roam to yes. So it's make a roaming to this, and after that it make a steering. This is a symbol of the steering. Okay, you can see the symbol of the steering. It's here. and make a steering to the 2.4 gigahertz. So this is really amazing functionality. Okay, but with the cloud, with this, what you can understand is, for example, if you have a dead zone in your topology, in your environment, the customer tells you, I have a lot of problem. Maybe you have a dead zone. So you can debug whatever you want. So this is really, really important functionality. Okay, we'll have another 2 minutes and I will finish. And don't worry, guys, don't sleep, please. Keep attention another 2 minutes. So now timeline, it's done. Topology view. Same symbol, manage. You will have access point here, for example. Oh no, you will have topology, sorry. Okay. Topology, it's really amazing. So if you want to swap other devices as a pro version that we will have, so the LDP can also discover the other products into your network. You can see right now up here the Sky key. You can see the Sky key. This is my Sky key. And also they will tell you the port where it is connecting to. Is connecting on a port 3 on that switch. Sorry. Yes. And this switch is connected port 1 to port 2 to this switch. And we have an access point. And this is the internet. So if I would like to remove, and I do not tap proversion here, I do not tap proversion. So you can see the Sky key, your IP camera, a PC from the customer, whatever you want. So this is really functionality, and topology view can also export in export. It also can export, and you can download, and you can send to the customer in case you want to be you want to make a proof for him or something like that. So it's really, 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 really huge functionality that you need to take in consideration. We have a question for customer. I will reply you later. Sorry, I will finish the webinar because we have another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. I would like to discuss the last part is for the switch, because for the switch I need to tell you an important measure functionality, huge, that I need to tell you. So this is the possibility to manage standalone. So for example, take in consideration this switch, the first one, okay? I will go here, I will make details. So I will access on that switch. And here I can tell you for 2 or 3 hours what you can do here, but this is not the case. I would like to tell you only one point. In a system settings, sorry, this is menu, system settings. I would like to make sure that you see what I want. System settings, scrolling down, you will see local GUI functionality. This is amazing. Let me show you one point. For example, if I would like to insert this address IP, because I would like to manage this switch maybe locally. No, I cannot access on this because I am out of the network. But in case, it's really simple. If you do not turn it on, this functionality, local GUI, you cannot do modification standalone in that switch. You can only modify by the cloud. But if you want to adjust something that you cannot find into the cloud and you need to access standalone with the cloud, you cannot. But if you turn it on, this functionality, you will be able to access standalone locally, do what you want directly by the local web GUI on in your browser. Okay, this is really good that we have to remind you. Okay, guys, so far so good. I finished this webinar. I would like to remind you one important point again. Don't leave, please. Don't leave. Because I need to reply to question. I need to tell you another point. So another point is I create a survey about this webinar. So please rate it, vote it, whatever you want. So please do that because it will be really important for me to understand if you appreciate this webinar, and of course, if you want to be participant into the new next webinar. Okay, so before to leave, when you leave, you will see the survey. Okay, Now question time, and we already finished. So question is, how can I block list an Android phone if I can no longer discover real MAC address? This is a good question. You cannot. For this, Android say this is an improvement about security. Okay. Another question, we have seen that sometimes the topology view, when we use in a mesh mode, it is not shown correct. So this, it was a problem, but they already fixed it. So I'm pretty much sure that you do not have problem now. Also because we also, in case you see the chat box, right? Please chat me on the chat box. Below on the right, here you will have chat box. You can see. And also another important point is the user manual online. So if you go here, up on the cloud, on the right, there is a question mark symbol here. User manual. This is the online user manual. You can see whatever you want, and you can check blah blah blah, etc. So you can do whatever you want. Okay. Thank you at all. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. And like I said, always see you into the next webinar. Bye bye.